place.
Oh, big shot from McGregor.
10 seconds.
That's it.
It's all over. Conor McGregor is a UFC interim featherweight champion.
Wow.
Before McGregor, MMA was a niche. After McGregor, it became a global phenomenon. He didn't just win fights, he rewrote the playbook for the entire sport. This is how a loudmouthed Irishman flipped the MMA world upside down and never let it recover. When Conor McGregor stepped into the UFC in 2013, the sport was still trying to shake off its image as brutal cage fighting. The UFC had stars like Anderson Silva and Georges St. Pierre, but they weren't mainstream. McGregor changed that from day one. In his UFC debut against Marcus Brimage, he needed just 67 seconds to finish the fight. But it wasn't just the knockout. It was the aftermath. The cocky strut, the call-out, the accent, the suit. He had it. That intangible star power that made you watch, even if you didn't want to like him. And when Joe Rogan stuck the mic in his face after that win, Conor didn't thank a higher power or say he was humbled. He said, "We're not here to take part. We're here to take over." A battle cry was born, and the sport would never be the same. McGregor wasn't just winning, he was manifesting success in real time. His rise was meteoric. He wiped out Diego Brandão in Dublin. Then he starched Dustin Poirier in under 2 minutes. By the time he beat Dennis Siver and leapt the cage to confront Jose Aldo, the world knew. This guy wasn't bluffing. In just 2 years, McGregor went from unknown featherweight to headlining PPVs. But it wasn't just his fists doing the work, it was his mouth. The trash talk, the swagger, the psychological warfare. He sold fights like Ali and strutted like Ric Flair, and it was working. McGregor's real breakthrough came in 2015 at UFC 194. 13 seconds. That's all it took to knock out Jose Aldo, the reigning, defending, undefeated champion for 10 years. That moment wasn't just historic, it was viral. It shattered records, broke the internet. And most importantly, it proved McGregor was more than hype. He was a generational talent. After that, the UFC let him run the show. He chased bigger fights, lightweight belts, super fights. He jumped weight classes, fought Nate Diaz on 10 days' notice, and even after losing, turned that loss into a win by selling the rematch as a war. And people bought in, literally. UFC 202 sold 1.6 million PPVs. UFC 229, where he faced Khabib, sold 2.4 million. To this day, those are the two biggest selling events in UFC history. McGregor turned MMA into must-watch television, not just for fight fans, but for casuals. He brought in a new wave of viewers. Guys who didn't care about rear naked chokes or jiu-jitsu started tuning in, for him. Then came the ultimate power move. In 2017, McGregor convinced the UFC to let him box. Not just anyone, Floyd Mayweather, the best boxer of the generation. No other UFC fighter could have pulled that off. Not GSP, not John Jones, nobody. And while he lost, McGregor earned a reported $100 million. Overnight, he became the richest MMA fighter in history. But more than that, he became a business. Whiskey brands, clothing lines, global endorsements. He wasn't just a fighter anymore. He was a brand, a mogul, a global icon. McGregor had redefined what it meant to be an MMA star. No longer just a tough guy in a cage, but a media machine, a marketing genius, and a cultural force. But with every revolution, there comes chaos. McGregor's rise created a blueprint and a curse. Fighters started talking more. Call-outs became scripted. Press conferences turned into WWE promos. Everyone wanted to be the next McGregor, but no one was. The sport changed. Trash talk became essential. Belts didn't matter as much as clout. Feuds and drama began to sell more than rankings or records. Even Dana White admitted it. Conor changed the game. There's before him and after him. But not all the changes were positive. McGregor's fame brought trouble too. The Brooklyn bus incident, the retirements and unretirements, the legal issues, the late-night headlines. For a while, it felt like McGregor's wild persona had spilled out of the cage and started burning everything in its path. Inside the octagon, the magic faded. He lost to Khabib. He beat Cerrone, then suffered back-to-back losses to Dustin Poirier, including a horrific broken leg. And yet, even as his record slipped, even as critics claimed he was washed, McGregor remained the face of MMA because he was never just about winning. He was about moments, spectacle, chaos, emotion, and no one delivered that like him. Today, McGregor fights less, but when he does, the world still watches. The press tour for a potential return against Michael Chandler is already generating buzz, because whether you love him or hate him, McGregor moves the needle. Conor McGregor didn't just rise to the top, he dragged the sport with him. He broke every rule, he skipped every line, and he did it with charisma, confidence, and a left hand from hell. Before him, fighters were athletes. After him, they're brands. He made millions dream. He made millions more watch. And he left a footprint so massive even his haters walk in it. This wasn't just a career, it was a cultural detonation. Whether he ever returns to the top doesn't even matter anymore. Because Conor McGregor already did what no one else could. He changed MMA forever. If you enjoyed this story and want more legendary journeys from the world of combat sports, make sure to subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, and turn on notifications so you never miss a new video. Got a fighter you want us to cover next? Drop their name in the comments below. We read every single one. Thanks for watching, and welcome to the Global Combat Arena.